I'm Melissa Hacker, and I'm president of the Kinder Transport Association. And my mother was on a Kinder Transport from Vienna to England in 1939. And we are here in New York to talk about Kinder Transport history.
Yeah. Don't know much in Israel, which is strange about the Kinder Transport. We know here and there, so we need now to really clarify what happened.
In the 9 months before the start of World War II, when whole families couldn't get out of Nazi Europe, there were Kinder Transports, which is essentially children's trains. There was a growing refugee crisis in the summer of '38, and people were really trapped. And as conditions got worse and worse, children were thrown out of school. In Germany, it was quite gradual. In 33, 34, regulations kept building. In Austria, as soon as the Anschluss, immediately all of the regulations and anti-Jewish laws that had been grown in 5 years in Germany were imposed on Austria. And people were panicking, but they couldn't get out. At that point, members of British Parliament and members of the Jewish community and Quakers in Great Britain started saying, look, what can we do? What can we do to help? And so there was a now historic debate in Parliament, and they finally said, let us take in children. Because the idea was that when it became safe, the children would go back to their parents, or they would meet with their parents and go somewhere else. So there were nearly 10,000 children who were sent as unaccompanied children on their own without their parents to Great Britain. And they were supposed to be old enough to carry a little suitcase up until 17 was the cutoff. But I know stories of some babies who were passed through the windows. Like mostly it was from 3 in Britain in foster homes, schools, and hostels throughout the war, and most of them never saw their parents again. The film I made, My Knees Were Jumping, Remembering the Kinder Transports, was the first film made on the Kinder Transports. At that time, the word Kinder Transport was not a word. And there were papers and there was information deep in archives, but there was nothing published. There were some books, Laura Siegel, her memoir, which is wonderful. It's a novelized memoir. Other People's Houses had been published in the 1960s. There had been very few sort of first-person memoirs, but there was no academic book. There was one thesis on the Kinder Transports had been written.
In Israel, we didn't know much about the Kinder Transport. Here and there we heard about. And then there was the film of Jonathan Meir, Shepherd book, which want to know the real facts, who organized.
Also important to get it right. There were the Quakers were very active in organizing it. There were Jewish communities in Berlin and in Vienna. People like Norbert Walheim, for example, was in the Jewish youth movement in Berlin. Members of the British Jewish community, members of the Jewish communities in various cities in Germany, and Quakers were very involved in organizing it. Truus Wijmüller was a Dutch woman who was very involved early on. And Franzi Dannenberg was a social worker in the Jewish community who I interviewed. A lay person isn't going to be able to know the names of all the people who are involved in the Kinder Transports. But you can talk to, and I have done this, I've talked to the preeminent historian. The Kinder Transport Association is a volunteer-run organization, and in 1989, Bertha Leverton, who was a Kinder Transport survivor, said, this is the 50th anniversary of the Kinder Transports. Let's have a reunion of everyone who was on a Kinder Transport, because over the word Kinder Transport was not known at all. And so she had organizations help with publicity, and over 1,000 people gathered in London for her reunion. And the Kinder Transport children didn't talk at all for many years because they felt their parents were the ones who were either survivors or who were murdered. And they thought that as Kinder Transport children, nothing happened to them. They fled. So the association was firstly to reunite Kinder and their descendants. So to that, it was to get the Kinder Transports to be more widely known as part of Holocaust history. And then it's to help children in need today, especially children without their parents. The Kinder Transports was, yes, a very good thing. It saved children, and British people who didn't have to took children into their homes and took care of them, yes. By and large, the children were well treated. And so their lives were saved, and they could make families and have children themselves. But it's also a terrible, terrible situation where you are separating parents from children, and that the only way to help your children survive is to send them away, and to send them away where you don't know where they're going, you don't know who they're going to stay with, it's a really dire situation. So, but it shows that in the worst of times, people can do something and make change.